Hey everybody, welcome back and thanks for joining me again for another interview in Mokey's home studio in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. I am so thrilled to have this next person join me today. They're one of the people that's nearest and dearest to my heart. I would trust them with my life, and there's just so much love. And our internet connection isn't super strong, but our friendship is. So without further ado, who are you?
Hi, Mama Kay. How are you doing today? This is Marissa Hirsch, and I teach middle school band in a little town called Oakbank, Manitoba. And yeah, I have been friends with for quite a while, at least my whole career. I've been teaching for about 20 years. And what else can I tell you? I love teaching middle school band.
So where have you all taught in those years?
Well, I spent my first 10 years in the St. James Assiniboia School Division. And then after those, I'm completing my 10th year now in Oakbank at Springfield Middle School.
And have you always taught the same age range in band?
Absolutely. I think middle school band directors are like born into the job, and we are a rare breed. And I can't even imagine anything else or any other age category for sure.
So what put you on this path to want to be a band director?
Oh, what a great question. My band directors, and just being in every band that I could possibly in middle school and in high school, and it just made sense for me to follow this path. I love band that much. It just made sense that I would continue doing it. And I did go into university to take performance for my first year, and I realized that I needed more human interaction. And I came back to Manitoba because I was studying in the States, and I realized taking a few band gigs and teaching some French horn sectionals and stuff like that, that education was definitely the way I should have gone in the first place.
So now you mentioned that you play French horn. Was that your first instrument?
It was grade 6 band on French horn, you bet.
Did you study with anybody privately to sort of help you on this quite challenging instrument?
Well, my story's kind of interesting. When I was in junior high, I hated band.
Oh no!
And I had the most, I know, I'm pretty shocked, but it's true. I had the most wonderful band director in middle school, but it just, I couldn't stand it. I remember actually faking sick for playing test days and things like that. And I would never practice, but my parents knew that music was important. And I hate saying it, but it forced me to be in band during middle school. And then when I graduated middle school, they gave me the option. They said, either you're going to follow and you're going to keep taking band in high school, or you're going to take private French horn lessons because music is important and you have to continue. And of course, me being me, I'm like, forget going to high school and band. I'm not doing that. I'm going to take private French horn lessons. And what happened was I started in the spring of my last year of middle school, and he changed my life. And Mark Christensen, of course, he changed many people's lives on French horn in Winnipeg. And I started taking it in the spring of that last year. And by the time I started high school the following September, I was in band, and I was in orchestra, and I was in community band. And it was all those people that inspired me to become a band director for sure.
Are you still friends with a lot of those people?
Absolutely.
We're a
And they
strange
are
crew,
my
aren't we?
mentors, and we are a very strange crew, but there's so much love for these people. And I still find myself saying things that Connie Turner would say or Mark Christensen would say to me. And they are forever a part of my heart.
Now, I know a little something about you that your teaching day doesn't end at 3:30, nor does it end at the end of June. Can you tell us a little bit about what you do beyond your regular teaching gig?
Well, I spend a lot of time in the summer doing summer band camp, and that is one of my most favorite things to do. I think I've been doing summer band camp for about 17 or 18 years now in the summers. So I spend a lot of time doing that. I'm also like part of the International Music Camp Board of Directors. Also do adjudicating here in Manitoba and some guest conducting and things like that. So all of that keeps me busy, but I find that my actual middle school band teaching job keeps me busy enough. And being a band director it's not a job. It's like a lifestyle. And if you want to be a band director, you have to love it and you have to embrace it.
Well, you're obviously very passionate about what you do as a music teacher, but I also know there's another passion that you have, and I didn't give you a prep on this, and my many apologies, but not. I wanted to get an authentic response from you on this one, and that's, of course, you always give me authentic responses. But can you tell me a little bit about your passion for rescuing animals?
Oh, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of might have my left hand petting my puppy right now. I'm not gonna lie. I have 2 rescue pups at home and they are my world. And I I use my platform as an educator to educate not just about music, but just life in general. And this is a part of my life that I share with my students because this is important to me. And I think it's just important in the world today to be educated about so many different, and my passion is rescue dogs, and I will do whatever it takes to help. I've got a Shar-Pei boxer right beside me, and I've got a boxer German Shepherd at my feet right now, and they are the loves of my life.
What are their names?
Mokey is my Shar-Pei. I'll see. Mokey, do you want to be a movie star? Mokey, you want to be a movie star? Hi, Mokey. Mwah, mwah, mwah. That's my Mokey. And Joey is at my feet. And pretty Princess Josephine is at my feet right now.
Aww. That's so for you and I, just so in case people don't know who we are, like how we know each other. So it's not even just through music, but it's through our love of animals and making sure that they're getting the love and the care that they need. So yeah, your heart is incredible.
Mm-hmm. And together, Mama Kay and I run Manitoba Musicians for Mutts, which is an advocacy group. We are not an animal rescue per se, but we help as much as we can to other animal rescues here in Manitoba.
Yeah, and I can't wait to see what we do this summer. So now back to music. I'm curious to hear your story here, and of course, remember it's a family show. What is the weirdest gig or job that you've ever been involved in?
Okay, I thought about this, and the answer is honestly just middle school band. It is, it's true though. Like, it's an adventure all on its own. And one of the reasons I love teaching middle school so much is because I mean, the subject itself doesn't change that much. However, my students bring an adventure absolutely every day. You never know what they're going to do. You never know what they're going to say. And I absolutely love it. I mean, I remember, this was years ago. I remember about to start a song and it was, wait, Miss Hirsch, stop, wait. So I paused for a second and there was little Johnny, call him little Johnny. And he goes, wait, Miss Hirsch, I'm stuck in my trombone. And what can you do but laugh? That's awesome. Are you kidding? How do you get yourself stuck in your trombone? But he managed to do it. And then I had one day where I swear I thought another teacher was punking me, because every time I looked up from my score, I had another little grade sixer with his finger up his nose. I must have had 5 grade sixers that day with his finger up his nose. Not joking. And so it's things like that, I mean, not that I live for grade sixers with their fingers up their nose, but I mean, it's the constant change, and it's the constant just adventure that these middle school kids bring to my life every day.
So imagine you have a little grade sixer with a finger up their nose, and they're like, Miss Hirsch, I want to be a band teacher. I want to do what you do. What words of advice would you give them besides get their finger out of their nose?
Well, see, but the finger up the nose is almost like a teaching aid, because if this, I'm not joking. No, just listen, just one more. Okay, if they play the clarinet or the trumpet, it totally works. Okay, so here it is. So, if you're playing B natural, okay, it's natural to want to give your teacher the finger every once in a while, right? Okay, so it's a way of remembering B natural. But B flat is booger finger, because no one picks their nose with any other finger than their index finger. And everybody's sitting there like, and I'm sure you're watching right now going, oh no, not me. Yeah, you do. And everybody uses index finger. So it's a way of remembering your B natural and your B flat booger finger. So even picking your nose can be a teaching inspiration. I probably wouldn't use that moment to talk about the booger finger, but it's an inspiration.
Oh my goodness. So how much do you think the kids should be practicing if they really want to get serious about music? What should a goal be for them?
It just depends what age they're at, right? And where they're at in their development. Because I know that in middle school, if you're a beginner, there's only so much you can practice before your chops are just shot, right? And then you got to take a break, or go have supper or whatever, and then you can start practicing again. So it depends where you are, I think, in your middle school, high school, university life. But really, it's practicing as much as humanly possible, right?
Absolutely. Any extra last little tidbits of wisdom that you would like to share with the many, many, many dozens of people who will be watching this?
I don't think it's just about practicing our instrument. I mean, that's a huge part of it. But my best advice to someone who is looking to go into teaching middle school band would be to go out and watch. We have so many amazing band directors that seriously, if I could take a day off and watch, I would too. And just to go and watch them and start an idea bank and steal from them whatever you can when it comes to rehearsal stuff, and ideas and even analogies and quotes. I really, I mean, I have my own idea binder, right? I have an idea bank, and that was all taken from other people and adjudications that I've watched and things like that. And so that's my best advice. And the other one is, as a French horn player, I'm a classically trained musician. And I'm sure you've kind of probably dealt with this as well. Being a classically trained musician, I actually wasn't allowed in jazz band when I was in high school. And now I have to teach jazz band. And one semester course on teaching jazz band just doesn't do the trick. So my other words of advice would be to immerse yourself in it, like immerse yourself in jazz as soon as you can and into this world of band, because just listening to it, just being around it, you will learn so much.
Well, those are absolutely wise words. I want to thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day. I know it's a weird time for us all, and I miss connecting with everybody in our community, and especially such an amazing friend as you. So thank you for spending some time with me today.
Anything for you, Mama Kay.
See you later.
You bet.